Time to carefully lay out traps, only for them to get disarmed within 10 seconds with the Collector, Pwn by 14's Trapper Killer, which, like, most ASIMs have for some reason. Like, I'm not complaining, since almost all of them are fun to play and fight, but I'm kind of shocked it's only really second to Rush Down in terms of quantity. Anyway, let's go over its abilities. Passive. Blizzard Striker. Whenever Collector is an active entity in a round, the map will have a snowstorm that acts as fog, slightly hindering survivors' sight. Barely ever relevant though, since the Collector really doesn't ambush people often, despite it being very much responsible for one of its abilities, or blocks the clone. Whenever a survivor dies, with a Collector present, a statue will rise in their place and highlights nearby survivors. Very obviously useful for its tracking, but this will have very funny use in Double Trouble, since these statues try to give Killer Kyle a 15% damage bonus whenever a survivor is near them, which I think is a really funny synergy, even though it will like never come up. And Double Trouble might not even be active till rewrite, but who knows. Vine Staff. The Collector will place a Vine Staff in the ground after a very short animation, and if a survivor runs it while in a 15-second radius of it, they'll be held in place by the Vine for 4 seconds and bleed for 4 seconds, dealing 2 damage. Vine Stems can be destroyed, so placing them out in the open will more than likely just result in survivors destroying them. Zombie Staff. Collector will equip the Zombie Staff gear, and it will use it, summoning 2 zombies that will chase down survivors, attempting to melee them, doing 10 damage and inflicting slowness 2s for survivors. You can change the targeting of the zombies or recall them if you need to better position them at any given time. However, recalling them does have a brief cooldown. Changing targeting does not have basically any cooldown though. Astral Cloak of Transportation. Places a waypoint at your current position that the Collector can teleport to at any time. If anyone is near the waypoint, whenever you use it, it will give you haste 1 and 2 seconds stun immunity. However, seemingly is not true as of any RP here, unless it's just not visually shown. That would be weird. Otherwise, receiving slowness 2 briefly as a penalty. Overall, Collector, even though not that strong, I think is a fairly well designed entity, since I never really feel like a loss on either side is truly unfair. Like, my only complaint is that sometimes its teleport can bail it out of situations that it should have been punished for, but this is a case much like Crash Dummy, where one nitpick isn't enough to bring down an otherwise really solid kit. Overall, very high A tier. The tomorrow will probably prototype, but I'm not sure who I'm going to do next, since I'm doing Stalker probably last. Since I don't really have much to say on Stalker, like, at all.